Hey people, this is Broken Puppet, and this is how to draw a tiger face side view. Enjoy. Alright people, how to draw a tiger face side view. So for this one, start with, as usual, a circle. Let me do another circle. We use a lot of circles in my work. Slightly more oval shape, just a little one just down there. And kind of like a sausage shape. Just sort of curving. Mainly this line, don't have to worry too much about this one. But just roughly do that circle shape and just fill in that line just there. Slightly bump this front bit up a little bit. Come back across that line. Once you get down here, curve this line down. And curve back around to this circle line just here. See? And so you can see it's slowly starting to build up. What you want to do from about this part of the note, you know, this part of this line here, curve this line back, a nice curve, joining up to the top of the circle. Now this is roughly where you're going to want the eye to sit. So you want your eye to come here, so we'll just start touching just off the edge of the circle. Just that, so just put a little circle in there for now. From where this line touched roughly here, come down a bit, little line, and curve this back. I'm going to come back into this circle just a little bit, curve down, cut through this circle to the end of it, just there. That's slightly smaller. Just sort of build this shape up around here. When you get to the end of the circle, curve out the other way. So curve the other way. So it connects up with this circle. Come just outside a little bit of the circle, and then bridge your line back up into it. So you can slowly see this face shape come together now. Now come down through here, you don't want the teeth too far forward, so we're going to do tooth there, a little bit smaller now, not quite that big. Just like a V shape for the canine, couple of little ones, and you can have like a little hint of the second canine just underneath if you want. You can have about more forwards if you want. I quite like mine to come back a little bit. Just going to bring this bottom jaw just back a little bit, just cut this line back a little bit so this set of teeth kind of sits a bit more in. So I'm going to do a V shape there, 1, 2, 3, and then one around there somewhere. And now here we've got the nose, so where this point comes up here, this is going to be where the nose is. So if you imagine, just reinforce that line just a touch bit there. Bring a little curved line just back here. It's going to be like the tip of your nose. And here what you want to do, start from about halfway through this line bit, curve out a little bit, make a little loop back, and then loop up to it. So you see you've got that little section just in the middle. So down, loop, curve into it. Just reinforce that line. And there you go, that's your nose done. Going to reinforce this line back up here. What I'm going to do is kind of circle this bit off. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to make a sharp little turn just to give it a bit of sense of forehead. Only ever so slightly. It's a bit more neo-traditional technique there than, you know, an old school. You know, it's not often you see this kind of curve in an old school. By old school, I mean like the old school tattoo way, you know. So we're going to do here, bring a little line, come across the centre bit, curve through this circle. Once you do that, curve this line up, curve down, going lower, and curve around into that front one. So you have this kind of shape. So this is wider on this side, thinner on this side. Starting from where about the circle starts here. Curve this one into it. And once you get here, put in the rest of that circle shape just there. Then what we want to do is drag this line forward, create a little curve, a little bump bit just on the edge, curve back, and black out, going a bit further in front of this circle line just here. Inside this, create a little sort of curve, make it an oval shape rather than a circular one, because that's where you want the pupil. Make it black and go a little circle highlight just there, and it's going to be quite dark coming from there. Not a lot of light. I'm going to create a few little stripes, and it's going to bring one up here. It's going to be blacked out, just a little curve. A few coming across here, do some jaggedy lines coming back. But for now, I'm going to show you how to do this part of the mouth. Now, some people just bring in the line like so, curving around it. You know, I like to sort of like almost like separate it. So where you got this mouth bit here, create a little bit of gum. So another line just around this circle bit. Off the back of that, bring in your curve line. Curve that down, curve a second one, and curve a third one. All kind of coming forwards. Off the back of this, I'm going to put some of the whiskers. So I'm going to go long V shape, long V shape, long V shape. Going into little circles, just coming forward in a couple of lines, like so. Bring this head bit back. When we get here, you sort of add the ear, and that's where this curve comes in. So we're going to curve this back. I'm going to curve this line, come up a little bit shorter, and curve in the other way, so it kind of curves into this curve. And then we've got this sub circle, maybe not quite as far, so it comes underneath another curve, just to show the inside bit of the ear. And then from the top here, it's going to bring in some stripes. So I'm just bringing kind of wiggly lines coming down from the head, kind of wiggling back. That one I'm dead straight. You can do if you want. I prefer mine not to be dead straight. So coming back like so. I have one or two kind of curving off the eye shape, so make this one a bit smaller. And I have one kind of curving here. One there. And just have some coming down this cheek shape. So I'm just going to create some wiggly lines coming down. Going slightly thinner as you get towards the front of the face. So thicker line back here, slowly getting thinner. Like so. And that's the basic structure of the face. So now we've done that, I'm going to put the line work in. So it's going to go with this in a Sharpie and probably my uni pin liner. Just fine detail. Now take your time. I know I'm pretty quick at lining sometimes. Don't feel like you have to go at my pace. You know, I've got years of experience doing this. You know, there's no speed limit when it comes to tattooing. Just take your time. It's going to thicken up that edge of the line, so you kind of got like a bit of a sort of stripe coming off of it. I'm going to do these stripes, I'm just going to black these stripes out. And create a little bump just in this mouth, just there. Kind of give it a little hint of gum. Not too crazy like. And now where I've got this curve here and this curve at the back, I'm going to bring in just repeated line pattern. That's coming up to give it a sense that it's got fur. Come that. Just keep them about the same distance apart, just slowly curving with the curve shape, like so. Gonna tap that. I'm going to add some of those straps I put in. There's no real right or wrong with stripes, you know. I mean, tigers have got certain types of patterns which they do kind of follow when it comes to their stripes, but playing around with it, you know, especially on this tattoo, it's your creation. Make those stripes your own. I don't feel like you have to do them to what they already have. You know, as long as they've got stripes in there, it's going to look like a tiger. Do stripes, you can also do this. I'll do just the last one, a little hollow if you want. You know, it hasn't got to just be stripes, you know, as in like dead lines. Sometimes you get little patterns where you get like almost like a hollow bit. See just there, like so. Now I've done that, I'm going to put this one away. Grab my fine liner. Just put in some little fun details, nothing too crazy. Some little detail bits that I want to be a bit more refined. If you want to make it old school, just keep line work all the same length. And give it that more of an old school sense. However, I do want those teeth to be a bit thicker, I think. I don't think I'm going to do them thin. I'll do some detailing on them, but... do a little hint of gum just on the inside here. And the tongue, I'm going to curve up, curve down, wiggle it back into the mouth. Little hint of gum just here, that will black out because it's on the inside of the mouth. Just little detail bits, I'm just going to put in a couple of lines just in that gum bit. Little line there, just a hint. The gum. Just a little line there. And a little line in the ear. Line there, and I knew I was forgetting one line. Usually always get the curve bit underneath the eye as well, so put that curve there. I think that just a touch. That's it for line work. Grab your rubber. My rubber is around here somewhere. What did I do with my rubber? Oh, there it is. Just gonna rub this out. Let me get ready for some colouring. Give me some oranges, some browns. I'm just gonna use my brush markers as I normally do. You guys know my usual tricks with this. So I've got pro marker, brush marker, and some brands. Start off with the brands. Get some nice, well, the browns and the blacks. Not going to be too much black, just flicking a little bit just on certain shadows. Just a little bit there. And the eye. A little bit underneath the eye. Just pretty much anywhere there's kind of like a corner, really. So that's pretty much it for the black. Most of the magic's going to happen with browns and orange. Just going to put in brown here, brown from the black, from the back a bit there. Just going to have the top section of his head. Flicking hair up on this cheek bit. Not too much towards the chin, because I want that bit to be mostly the other colour. A little bit under the nose, on top of the nose, a bit around the eye. Now it's important to remember the sections you want white and the sections you want orange, you know. Because if you go over on the sections you want white with the orange, it's just not going to look right. So before you start doing it, just kind of holding your heads and just think, right, this bit white, that bit this, that bit that. So let's get a light brown, just to blend that one out. Should blend that into the orange now. Yeah. I'm going to leave certain little bits, like little gaps, and I might hit a bit of yellow in there just to create a bit more of a highlight. I'm thinking this little stripe just coming down the head just here. I'm tempted to throw a little bit of blue in there as well, but we'll see. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. You know. But always remember that, you know, your design will probably slightly change as you go along, you know, as you come up with different ideas for different sections. You know, don't be afraid to sort of go with the flow, you know. If it needs a change in certain areas, just change it. Don't kind of feel locked into what you kind of decided beforehand. It's got me yellow. Come over here a little bit, come a little bit closer. Just flick down to it. I don't normally do this flick motion, it's just quickly getting this in there. Normally I always use my side to side motion, you guys see me use a lot. You get much smoother blends that way. And there. Some red for this tongue. Slight pinkish tone for the nose. A little bit of orange, a little bit of brown. So looking at it, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm just going to chuck in a tiny bit of blue, just come down the whiskers. Ain't too crazy with it, just a little bit just here and there. It's just like a hint of colour, that's literally all you want, you don't want too much of it. Again, flesh tone under that part of the yard. A slight flesh tone. Just a little bit of colour just in those teeth. Just there. And lastly, bit of purple grey for that gum bit. And there you have it, that's how to draw a tiger's head from the side of you. Now you can add little extra bits if you want around it. Like should I add extras or should I leave it as that? I mean, you see me add the extra colours and stuff, you know, you can add like colours around it, you can add like a bit of red here, some leafy bits, and a bit of orange, well maybe not orange, but like a sort of contrasting colour coming out the mouth, you know, little black dots. But no, I don't think it needs background, I quite like it on its own like that. So yeah, that is how to draw a tiger face side view. I hope you like it, check out my videos, subscribe, comment, yada yada yada, I'm the Broken Puppet, and I'll see you next time. Peace.